Good morning, sunshine. Oh my gosh, Callie Carroll here. My inspiration is to spread some smiles today. So if you are watching for the first time, just watch for a minute and share something below, or at least read the comments below wherever you are watching. I hope that brings you some inspiration, some happiness, and some smiles. Quincy Scott is going to show you how he rides his bike real quick. Oh, he's not riding it anymore. I don't know if any of you guys do this, but it's one of our small miracles, which is what we're going to talk about. Grandpa sets up his wheels on his bike so that it like clicks like a motorcycle. So it's like little cards and things like you would do, I don't know, in the 60s or 70s. What is it now? It's plastic now because they had to make it really loud. So we're grateful for the small miracle of the joy that brings to his heart, because this kid, like, he absolutely loves it. I'm also grateful for balance bikes, because now kids ride bikes at 3 years old. Like, he's been riding since he turned 3. Isn't that nuts? Like, my other kids didn't ride a bike till they were 5 or 6. So anyhow, good morning, sunshine. As you jump on, say good morning, sunshine. And today's going to be very interactive, so it could be short depending on how much you guys have to share. But what I want to do is talk about small miracles. I did a post yesterday, and I was just sharing like how we had an absolutely beautiful weekend. Just a weekend full of small miracles. Nothing incredible, you guys. Nothing like life altering, yet every single moment when you act in the moment felt life altering. And it was just like beautiful weather and crisp air and some laughter with friends and a delicious dinner and time spent learning new things and snuggles on the couch watching movies, like all of these little beautiful small miracles. And I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to share below. Pretty cool, right? To share below your small miracles and see how that lights people up. So here's what happens. And this is what I'm actually asking, because I'm going to interact with your comments below. Every time we choose to acknowledge the small miracles around us, it's just a different like way to look at giving gratitude, right? Every time we choose to acknowledge those small miracles, that fills us up with light, love, and happiness. And then when we're in that positive state of being, we basically flood that into the space around us. So you could choose to acknowledge a small miracle on the way to work that you're like, your favorite song comes on, right? Small miracle. And you're like, and you're like, it's beautiful weather. You roll down the window and you're jamming to your song. And like, you're like, this is a small miracle. And you're like, I'm going to get some hot coffee. So you pull into the gas station or whatever, because we used to get coffee at 7-Eleven, and you walk in and you're acknowledging the small miracle internally. And as you walk in, something changes within you. No longer are you focused or concentrated on the argument that you had back at the house, or the fact that you didn't get the exact breakfast that you wanted, or that you your shirt is a little bit wrinkly, whatever it was, right? You're not acknowledging that state of being. You're acknowledging the small miracle of the song that came on the radio. And when you walk in, instead of walking in as one state of being, you walk in as a different state of being, and your energy affects everything around you, your demeanor. And if you don't, and that's too whack for you, just think about it this way. The smile that you carry, the way that you present yourself to others, the way that you interact with the person who's checking you out, or the person who's standing beside you when you get coffee, that can light someone's day up, right? It can completely light someone's day up. And you doing that, first of all, changes the world. It can change your direct space, and you have no idea what the butterfly effect of you recognizing your small miracle and owning that positive energy around it could do for the people around you. Let alone if you guys do what I'm asking today, which nobody's doing yet, or my computer's really, or my phone's really slow. Or you share the small miracles. You vocalize the small miracles. You bring attention to the beauty and the small miracles that are around you. And when you do that, it's like taking the previous conversation and multiplying it and having that much more of an effect. Because now not only are you walking in and you're carrying this energy, but you say to the person next to you, isn't it a beautiful day? And they're like, shit, I didn't even think about that. I'm having a horrible day, right? And you're like, man, the air is so crisp and fresh. Didn't it just feel great when we were driving just now, right? And they're like, well, yeah, actually, that does feel pretty good. And now their mind shift, right? Their mindset shift can be even greater because of the thing that you said, because of the attention that you brought to the fact that there are small miracles around us. So my son, Jason, some of you guys might have seen this, right? I did a post about him because his teacher took the time. This is such a beautiful small miracle to me. And to me, it's not even a small miracle. It's just, I wish that it happened all the time, right? But she took the time to send me a message about my son's behavior in history class. And you're always, as a mother, kind of nervous about this, right? Like you get the call from the physics teacher. I'm like, oh shit, what's she going to say? And then she's like, I just love Jace. He's such a joy to have in class. His attitude and his humor and his being are just so wonderful. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the best message ever, right? So then I get this email from his history teacher, and he talks about a small miracle that has occurred in class. Right? It's not even a big deal, right? He has a kid that sits next to him that's kind of awkward. I don't even know exactly what the state is, but he hands him these paper airplanes all the time. And there are other situations where kids could either be rude or mean or distracting or whatever it is. But she's like, I just love your son because he doesn't make anything awkward, and he just creates this equal exchange in between him and the kid next to him. And as a small miracle and a result, this other kid is starting to socially interact greater. Do you guys see the butterfly effect that can happen from one small miracle, from one acknowledgement of positive attitude and energy in the world, and another being who maybe was headed down a negative path or a path that would not support them in thriving? Your small miracle, your being, the way that you show up, the way that you acknowledge, and the way that you share could literally change the people around you. It's freaking amazing, you guys, the power that we have to change the world around us by recognizing the small miracles. So grateful for time for my daughter, right? What a miracle. I mean, every moment. So to recognize, for Natalie to recognize that time with her daughter is such a beautiful miracle. Some of us can go through life and not like in a bad way, but we kind of just take it for granted. But when you recognize it, it changes things, you guys. You can, I think the moral of this message is you can literally change your life today by just focusing your perspective a little bit differently and recognizing all of the miracles around you. And you can change the world around you by sharing those things. So if you haven't taken the chance yet, no matter when you watch this video, share a miracle below. Right? Just share a miracle that you've had. If you want to spread the miracles around, read the miracles below and share this video so other people share the miracles below. You guys, that's today. I am Callie Carroll. I am doing my best to light up the world, light, love, happiness, joy, despite sometimes ridiculous adversity that we all face, because that's also part of life's journey. But we get to choose happiness and we get to choose our perspective. So thank you guys for joining me. And we always end with some sort of commitment. Commitment today would be to share your small miracles below. That's it. You guys, we're going to do t-shirts, right? Look at this. Small miracle. I absolutely love them. I'm going to do one post today because I'm placing the order tomorrow. So if you want one and you know what you want, I'm only going to do special orders. Today, we're either going to do the green tank, the blue t-shirts, or the white t-shirts. Those are going to be your 3 options. So if you know that you want one of those in a certain size, shoot me a message, because after that, I'm just going to buy what I buy, and you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit like small children do, because I am not a t-shirt salesman. I'm just making them because I love the shit out of my son, and I love what this symbolizes. We'll talk about that some other time. Okay, love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye.